Hello, guys. Welcome to the Underground Show. And just to let you know, we have this very special man next to us. That was the song you just got done hearing was 42, and then you got to hear a little bit of his song version. This is MZNZ with his amazing music. We've been pumping it throughout the week. We showed you guys promo personally, so everyone can watch it on Twitch as well as Facebook. And you can find it right now on YouTube, on our YouTube, and etc. It's been shared around massively because this man is very talented. We want to bring his music to your guys' attention so you can add it to your everyday life. So if you don't know who I am DJ Draxus, and welcome to the Underground Show, and this is MZNZ. So, thinking, he's also an amazing fan to have as well as an amazing artist to be able to share his music on the show. So, definitely thank you for taking time out of your life to actually come on to the show with us. So, the first question I'm going to start off. The first question I want to go ahead and start off with is, what got you into doing music? What pointed you into that direction?
Um, I guess it's kind of a cliche story, but I was just that small town kid looking for a thing. And I think there were probably really there were two albums that, I mean, I was always really into music. I've always loved music. And as much as I'd love to sit here and say like metal is my roots, it really isn't. I loved hip hop and pop long before I got into heavy music. But I've been listening to music obsessively to some extent since I was pretty much walking and talking. But I guess what made me want to make it was discovering kinds of music that I was not previously aware existed. I think probably the two biggest releases were, even though it was a so-so movie, the soundtrack to the original Mortal Kombat movie was huge because it was a bunch of bands who all had really heavy but really distinctive sounds and really original sounds. And I'd never heard anything like that. So I played that tape out, but it was hearing The Downward Spiral by Nine Inch Nails that made me knew that I had to buy a keyboard and try to make the kind of noise that I was hearing this guy make. As far as MZNZ goes, it really has had two lives. The first life was in high school. My best friend Dustin and I started it together. Really, it was his. Like, he came up with the name, the concept, and everything. But I was a co-founder. I wrote about 50% of the music with him. Like, that song 42 was 50-50 he and I. Like, we sang half and half. We composed half and half. I think probably out of our surviving catalog, that song is like the purest representation of the first life of MZNZ when it was just he and I. He passed away in 2015 very suddenly, and the band kind of went dead for a little while, and now we're on our second life. And now I've got my bass player Bill, my guitar player Chris, but I'm writing all the music now, and that's mostly by their request. So it was a combination of really life-changing records and a friend that kind of just came home to my house one day and said, "By the way, dude, we're starting a band." And the rest is history. So here we are.
So sorry to hear about your loss. And does that help you having that pain? It was music a good thing to have in your life at that time for you to get through it, to have like all the good memories of him, or was music still kind of hard because it did remind you of him?
I guess a little of both, if I'm being honest. I wanted to make music. I knew that. I just didn't think I wanted to do MZNZ anymore. So that was around the time I started writing music for what became my second solo record, Entries, which is actually like kind of a mixtape. It's me collaborating with a bunch of different artists. And on Entries, there's actually a song I do. I do it with a band called Revolution, who's amazing. You should check them out too. They're kind of my backup band on that song, but it's for Dustin. His stage name is Bees, so it's called On the Wings of Bees. And that was like writing that song. I think it was the first thing I wrote when he died, because I knew I wanted to write something just to kind of get it off my chest, but I didn't think I was ever going to record it. But when I got into Revolution's music and I started imagining what they could do with it, writing that stuff kind of got me back into maybe I could write MZNZ stuff again too, but I'd never really written it without him, or if I had, I'd written it knowing that eventually he was going to listen to it and approve it. So the first album without his input was Version, and I started writing stuff for that right around, I think, 2018, 2019. And I want to say that was when it really started kind of feeling okay again, where I wasn't like, well, I was probably the first time I felt inspired again and not just going through the motions, not just doing it just to fill a void, if that makes sense.
And I'm just glad that you actually, you were able to be honest about it. And I'm glad, your spirit. It seems like you guys are doing really, really well with all the music that you created. And when I got your music for the first time,
Thanks, man.
like, I'm not gonna lie. When I get new music, I kind of get scared because sometimes it's not all that great. And then my
Sure.
business partner's like, "You need to shut up and listen to this," and he sent it to me, and I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, "Oh, holy shit! What have I been missing?" So thank you for
Oh, thanks, man.
still having the strength to come out and share your gift with the world, because honestly,
I
there's a lot of
appreciate that.
people that are going to thrive off of what you're doing. Especially you're giving them a new foundation to be creative in their minds, not only that just with the words. So thank you for that.
Thank you. I appreciate you saying that. I mean, and hearing that makes me know I made the right decision. You know, um, I love that you guys are as aligned with mental health awareness as you are. That's something that's very important to me too, and that's something I touch on a lot in my music. And I mean, ultimately, it was things like that that made me think I need to. If I tell my story, other people will think, hey, maybe I'm not alone. But conversely, the advantage for me is I know I'm not alone too. You know, finally, and that was something I didn't think about. You go through a trauma like that, you stay in your own head for a while, and it was ultimately music that kind of pulled me back out of that. So, right decision made. You know.
And now you can help others through your amazing gifts, so that's even better. That's why, like, we
Thank you.
do
I
stick.
hope.
We try to stick around the mental health awareness because a lot of people are suffering, just like a lot of artists are suffering, but people just walking
Yeah.
by and not hearing or seeing the beauty or the gifts that one person has. So for you to step out and just keep shining, even though you're coming through a dark point in your life, that's just amazing. And you can tell your emotion in every song you do. So you could definitely tell
Thanks.
that there's great truth to every emotion that you're showing through your music. So I think that's what got me to fall in love with your craft, because that's what I look for. I look for music that has not just the wordplay to it and the sound, but it has to have meaning, and you definitely have the meaning down. So thank you for being
Thank you.
real with us.
Appreciate that. Those are kind words. I appreciate that.
So I'm going to read some of the comments and see if anybody has any questions for you at any time. If you guys have any questions for Sman, please go ahead and put them in the comments. I will try to get to them as soon as possible. And thank you guys for all your amazing sharing and being a part of this show, coming to witness this amazing man taking time out of his day to come on BTMX with us to talk about his amazing music. So definitely, if you don't know us, you don't know who we're talking to, this is MZNZ. It's very easy to find. First Angel Media has been blasting them all over the place. They're amazing people. I think they brought him to our attention. Thank God for them. And and we'll be getting more questions. So I'm gonna go ahead and read some of the comments. We got
Well,
Section 8 in the house, who's another up and coming artist. We wish him luck. He's having a rough patch right now. He's a beginning artist. I think once he finds the foundation, gets a good backup team, he's gonna kick ass just like you. Um,
awesome, man. Keep cruising, bro.
We got Rain with Hell Yeah. She's excited that you're here. She's part of the Soul Snatchers. That was her
Thank you.
show earlier.
Oh
Um,
yeah. Love Soul Snatchers. Yeah.
Sage is in here as well, which is her beautiful wife with Hell Yes. We got Joseph from First Angel Media, also an amazing model and
Hey.
writer in here. Thank you for coming to be part of the show. If you guys don't know who these people are, definitely go check out First Angel Media, and you'll see half the people that are talking from us and helping us grow with amazing talent like MTNZ. They're amazing people to work with.
Fantastic people.
Silhouette Death said he liked that you said Mortal Kombat. What's up? I guess there was a lost in the feed. Section 8 said, "What's up, my brother?"
What's up, section?
Silhouette Death says, "Hey, girls." Joseph said, "Yeah, my man, Clef,
Hey, Joe.
Caleb." A lot more comments. I'm trying to get up. Wendy Sawyer, Dusty is so proud right now.
That was either my mom or his mom.
Yep. MG Rocks. Can't wait for the next collab track. Hope y'all check out his first review on First Angel Media. Definitely, if you have not seen that, you guys are not paying attention to BTMX. Every time First Angel Media releases an amazing article, on especially artists like this gentleman, we go ahead and do the fact of sharing it. My whole entire team has a part of this because they go even more in depth, which you can find on a live show, because then he can get a little bit more personal than coming up with the answers right away. So definitely thank you guys.
First Angel Media is awesome.
So thank you guys for all coming to be part of a show. And she says it's your mom.
Oh, hi, Mom. I'm on TV.
So Sage and Rain said they love you. They love your music. They want to, go ahead and add it to your shows. That's why I had that question before the show. So if you guys do not know,
thank you so much.
Officially here at BTMX, we have permission from this artist to go ahead and add his music to different shows. So you will not only just find it here on the Underground, but you'll find it on Unleashing the Best, Soul Snatchers, Karen Share. So definitely.
Yeah, anything I release, and if you look up just my name, Caleb Strauss, I release stuff under that name too. It's way different than NZ. You may find that fits some things too. But yeah, anything you guys like, please use it. Absolutely, much appreciated.
So right now we are live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. So you can catch us anywhere and be a part of the show. Definitely our YouTube feed is growing. We are at 91 subscribers. Thank you guys for coming to be a part of that. And
yes.
If you're coming over there, do me a favor, hit that little bell, because you're always going to see, you don't want to miss amazing talent like this that's a part of our different shows. So keep that in mind. So going back to you, so we talked about the dark part and the music and etc. When COVID happened, did that stop you musically at all? Did that put a hold on ideas, or what happened for you?
Well, actually, that ended up kind of being a blessing in disguise. So it did put a stop to us returning to the live stage. We actually had, I live in Austin, and so South by is big here. And South by was one of the first things that was threatened when this became, a continental threat. And so what happened is basically every traveling act backed out or canceled their shows. But the festival at first was still on. So you had all these venues with no bands. So a lot of us in town jumped into slots, and basically it was a mutually beneficial situation, because they could fill their bills and we could get South by gigs, and that was going to be our first South by gig, and it got canceled less than 24 hours before it was supposed to happen. So that was a bummer. We were in the middle of recording our album Version when it happened, and I want to say we were about halfway through it. And for the most part, that album was recorded in track order. And I was actually rooming with my bass player, Bill, at that time. And when COVID hit, we got quarantined away from each other. I had to move back in with my dad. And I ended up having to finish the album myself, basically. I just, I wrote Bill and Chris. I said, hey, guys, do you mind? Can I just hammer this out so we can move on, and when the world does come back to normal, maybe we can hit it with some fresh ideas. And they were like, yeah, I think that's the right thing to do. So in a way, COVID kind of like pressed fast forward on Version getting recorded and released, and the review and meeting, Joe and all the First Angel Media chaps and all that. So it's kind of one of those things, like looking back in retrospect, the way the timeline played out, it was actually all for the better. But, at the time, like, you're just focusing on like, damn, you lost to South by, but it, in a lot of ways, it sped us up, actually.
So we got your mom saying, my son, I'm so proud of you. You got Section 8 music is dope as fuck. You got Sarah, one of our fans, dude. Says, oh yeah, she loves it. We got Bill from the Scene Guys. Definitely go over, check him out. He was another one of my amazing mentors that actually helped me get to where I am today with BTMX. Him and Jana are like heaven sent. Like, if you don't believe in heaven and all that, that's great for you. But if you believe in demons like me, you're definitely going to believe in angels like them. They go out of their way to make you successful if you want to be successful. But Bill said Austin's music website is what I based Build the Scene off of a few years ago.
Awesome.
So the next question I have for you is, with everything starting to open back up, and I see more and more live concerts coming open, do you see you getting back on stage, or are you going to wait until see how bad the pandemic is going to be coming back?
I actually really want to get back on stage in a hurry. And there's a venue here in town called Come and Take It Live that's really been pushing metal lately, road shows and local shows. We want to hit them up. There's a goth industrial club called Elysium that usually that's kind of our go-to. We want to play them again. They just opened back up, and the owner John's always been real supportive of us. And I at some point, I don't know when this is going to happen, either into this year, beginning of next year. I'd actually like to do a little regional tour in Texas, kind of do a little spiral where we basically start in Austin, go down to Houston, San Antonio, up to maybe Dallas, maybe Lubbock, I don't know, but definitely Dallas and then back home. So that's definitely in the cards. Nothing's planned yet, but that's something that we'd really like to be focusing on. So, but we are recording 2 albums in tandem with each other right now. So recording is a big focus as well.
Now, the albums that you're recording back to back, are they both two parts of a story that you're trying to fully tell, or are they both two different topics?
They're both, well, so we kind of have this habit of doing sister albums at the same time. Our first 2 albums were kind of like a double album together. Fallen H Volume 1 to Heaven, which is where 42 comes from, and No Masters on that as well. And then the second one was called Volume 2 Hell. And they were basically like opposites. They were opposites sonically. They were opposites aesthetically. They both sounded like MZNZ, but they were totally different worlds, and what that often does for me, especially, is keeps me focused on what each record is supposed to be. So I did the same thing with my solo record Entries and Version. I did those in tandem. So now I'm doing 2 MZNZ records in tandem. The first one is called Krem, Krem, and that's kind of that's a proper MZNZ record. It's really heavy. It's the heaviest thing we've done probably. It's a lot more metal leaning and less like electronic. I mean, it still has a lot of industrial textures, but it's really metal. That's what Narcissistic Cyborg is on. And then we have a track coming out at the end of this month, which is track 2 on that record. And that's going to feature Steve, Pat from Brutal Business. He does guest vocals on that track with us. And that's track 2. That one's called My Kindness. And so Narcissistic Cyborg and My Kindness are the first 2 tracks on Krem. That's going to be a really heavy record. And then the other record we're doing is called The Book of Beelzebub. And it's something, it's kind of my selfish art record. I'm not going to lie. Like, it's not for the fans. It's for me. It's not going to be for everybody, honestly, even our fan base. But it's something I've always wanted to do. I have a love for really dark, kind of film noir, David Lynch inspired like lounge music. And I love David Lynch soundtracks. I love the band Morphine. I love Angelo Badalamenti, the composer, who does a lot of that stuff. Barry Adamson does a lot of that stuff. And I've always wanted to make a record like that. So the way that I kind of finagled that into the MZNZ wheelhouse is I'm taking some of our heaviest songs and I'm reworking them in that style. And so on the 24th, when our track with Seethe comes out at the exact same time and on the same day, there's going to be a song called Broken Machine Blues. And basically it is our song Symphony of the Broken Machine, which is like a really heavy song, but it's stripped down, slowed down, and it sounds like something out of Twin Peaks. It's like slow, depressing. It sounds like your favorite like whiskey bar in hell. And so those are the 2 records and the 2 aesthetics that we're doing simultaneously. So every month we're going to drop a new track from each. We're going to have a really heavy track from Krem and then a weird, hellish, jazzy track from Book of Beelzebub until it's all done. Each album's going to have 10 tracks.
So it sounds amazing and very creative what you guys are doing, especially I can't wait to hear more like the other, slow demonic track because it's kind of my jam.
Cool.
Definitely the music that we hear down in here in hell. So we're going to go, Joseph said, I'm glad Caleb reached out to me at First Angel Media and sent me his album. And then he went ahead and put the link for the review right there. So if you guys want to click on that and go ahead and see the full review, what he did with him, and get a little bit more details.
Joe gave an amazing review. He gave that album so much love. I really appreciated it. I mean, it's a great article.
And then Pat is like literally everywhere. And like Bill was right.
Oh yeah.
He's trying to be on everything. He's doing an amazing job with Brutal Business since he's taken over. So definitely, he's very busy trying to keep everything creative and going.
I tease Pat. I tell him he's our generation's Mike Patton. He's like trying to be in everybody's fucking band. And I cannot wait for you guys to hear the track he did with his toe. I mean, it's like, and he is the kind of vocalist, like once he's on a track, it's his track. And I got no problem saying that. That's why I didn't start it. I let him come in the middle and he slays it. It's so brutal and it's so infectious. It's going to be great. I can't wait for you guys to hear that one. Yeah. Yeah. It's probably, yeah, I think so. My guitar player thinks it's going to be a really big hit. It's probably going to, it may conjure a little bit more Nine Stitch Method than Seethe, just even though it says featuring Seethe, just because it's really metal sounding. But it's, I mean, Pat is unmistakable. You hear him and it's just like, well, yeah, it's his song now. It's great, man. I love working with him.
So, talking about collabs, a lot of up and coming artists. Would you work with someone who's freshly on the scene ever? And what would it
Oh,
take
yeah.
for you to do a collab with somebody? What would they need to do?
Oh, hell, hit me up. I mean, because I'm pretty new too. You know, I mean, I'm old and I mean, I'm somewhat established because I've been doing this at a hobby level for years, but I will work with just about anybody. My last album, Entries, First Angel Media did a review for that record as well, is a record of collaborations. I worked with, like I said, I did that song with Dusty, or that song about Dusty with Revolution. Revolution's a great project. They're kind of like an industrial rock hybrid, but they don't have a full-time lead singer. They are the brain behind that is my friend Brian E. Carter, great guy, great musician. But they have a revolving door of singers, and I mean, he's had everybody in Revolution from Waylon Revis to Burton C. Bell to Raymond Watson and Esh from KMFDM to Chris Hall from Stabbing Westward. I mean, he's had tons of people sing for him. I am honored he even gave me the time of day. But we have a lot of the same influences, and we just gelled. We vibed. He got the emotion of the track, and he knew what I was trying to say lyrically. He knew how to make that resonate musically. So really it's just a matter of hit me up and do we vibe, you know. But I work with a bunch of different people on that record. I work with a very talented singer-songwriter named Felicia Patterson, who basically plays bass and sings. We did a real jazzy song together. We vibed, you know. I did 2 tracks with an artist named The Antihero, and he's all over the place musically. He's very Mike Patton like actually in that way. He just, even from out on one album, you hear like 3 or 4 different genres. And that's my kind, like, that's what I love more than anything, is that kind of approach. So I did 2 songs with him that sound completely different. I'll pretty much, like, even though I'm technically a metal artist, the way I collaborate is honestly more like a hip hop or a jazz artist, because I'm like, I will get in a room with anyone and like we can sniff each other's butts and see what we come up with. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thrill of making music to me. I think music is a community affair, and it should be. And I think the more you can work with different people and learn from different people, the better. Like I never want to stop collaborating. In some ways, I find that more thrilling than being in a set band. You know what I mean? Revolving door collaborations. I love that approach. So yeah, hit me up. I mean, I may not have time for absolutely like, I have a bad habit of saying yes when I probably shouldn't, but that doesn't mean like we can't like put like, okay, yes, give me like 6 months and I got you. And I will. I'll get to it. You know, I love working with people.
And that's amazing because then you kind of give fair chance to people that started where you started with no one to
Yeah,
help.
man.
And so I'm going to go ahead and read some more of the comments over here because we have everybody talking, and I kind of feel bad because I'm kind of ignoring them. But guess what? You're
I'm
the most
sorry,
important person of the show, man. So
Yeah.
we got Rain with Same. We got Silhouette Death. He was letting me know my mic was up for a second. Thank you for doing that. We got Ange with Hi. How are you doing? Welcome to
Hi,
the
Ange.
show. If you're coming into the show, everyone, this is MZNZ. You're going to be hearing his music for the rest of BTMX's life. So,
Sweet.
also, I'm going to go ahead and ask this while we're doing this live as well. We're going to have our own online radio station that's going to be free to the public. It's going to be coming up in the months to come. And we have
Awesome.
music artists that no one will ever find in the world that will be at the tips of their fingers on the new
Oh, that's amazing.
on the
That's
app.
amazing.
and it's kind of going to look like Pandora, except for you can actually do live requests with a live DJ that's going to be working behind there, automatically able to play the song that they want instead of waiting for a commercial. Would you like?
That is dope as hell.
So would you like your music
Yeah.
to be a part of that as well?
Absolutely. Oh my God, that is the best idea ever. I love that. I love that. I mean, I love any alternative like version of a mainstream platform idea. I'm all for it to get, because there is, people want to hear what no one else is hearing. So the more access people have to that, I'm all for it. Absolutely. Yeah.
And and the whole idea with that is because we're breaking the mold. We want everyone to see that even the people in the gray still have a spot. They still have gifts to share. So definitely thank you for your answer. Reading more comments, Absolutely. We have Sarah over on YouTube. Thank you for coming on YouTube. She says, I have a question. How do you pull yourself out of a major depression mood when no one and nothing helps?
Oh, that is a phenomenal question. And the brutally honest answer is there are days when I don't. And when I say that, I want to qualify that answer a little bit. I think there is actually a mental health aspect to admitting that you feel less than great, especially lately. I mean, the last year and a half, if you don't think it sucked, you probably are sleeping, just the mere so that's something I found that helps me is just the mere acknowledgement of like, wow, I feel like shit today. You know what? I'm going to sit in that. Maybe I'll write something. Maybe I'll stay in bed and watch Netflix all day. But whichever route I choose, I'm going to be kind to myself. I'm going to be easy with myself. And I'm going to acknowledge that because I'm feeling this way, I need to unplug for a minute. And a lot of times when you just surrender to that feeling, it lasts for a smaller amount of time. So a lot of it is just acknowledgement. And acknowledging that you're not alone in it. It's a shared experience. Helps tremendously.
So, did you love the artwork that we did for your promo? What did you like about it, and what didn't you like about your promo?
Oh man, I didn't dislike anything about that. I was squealing like a schoolgirl the whole time I was watching it. I was like, ah! It's great, so great. I mean, I love the glitching effects. I love that you guys put so much care into the aesthetic and that you understood the aesthetic of the band and of MZNZ and how to capture that in, under a couple of minutes. Now I share that widely. I'll be real with you. I even ran an ad for it on my Facebook page. I'm like, you guys got to see this. So, yeah, man, I love that thing. So, I mean, I think the day that Dustin sent it to me, I watched it like 3 times in a row.
And we want to go ahead and get, that's my amazing business partner. Dead Dreams is the one that actually did the video graphics on that. So my question would, do you ever see yourself collabing with Dead Dreams?
Well, he and I have actually run across that subject once or twice. First of all, I will say this. He has agreed to help us master the new MZNZ stuff. So I'm very excited that he's going to do that for us. Because I've been looking for a good engineer to have build a relationship with for forever, and it just makes sense it would be him. But yes, I actually have. Other than even the Seethe collab, there's another thing I can't really quite talk about yet, but it does involve maybe some artists that your show might be familiar with. And yes, Dustin and I have talked, and I think it's just a matter of us continuing to twist each other's arms until it happens. Dustin.
So Dead Dream says we got a great catalog of artists from around the world that actually in our archives when we go to throw that out there. Like, people don't understand, we have every single genre in the world that's going to be at the tips of your fingers. And that's nice. That's what we wanted. We wanted to be a platform for everything. And now we're coming out with more and more shows that are going to be capturing just for models, women uplifting, our own drag show, and everything to keep everyone involved, artwork, and etc. Bill said, if you found a DeLorean and could go back in time, and follow any artist around for a year to learn from and hang with. Who are
Oh,
you targeting and why?
damn, Bill. Okay. 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 I have, at least to this answer, a tie between two artists. Um, one of them is no longer on this planet, and the other one is still around, but a little less active because he's a little older. But they both came into music around the same time, albeit very different scenes, and they are both one man bands. And they were both helped to pioneer the one man band approach, actually. Okay. So I would have to flip a coin. And if it was heads, it would be Prince. And if it was tails, it would be Jim Thirlwell of Fetus. If you guys aren't familiar with him, he was a big influence on Trent Reznor and Al Jorgensen and a lot of the industrial artists that influenced me. I mean, he's been around since the early 80s, but he mixes like, I mean, he uses the studio as an instrument the same way someone like Prince or Trent Reznor does, but he makes really big, like huge orchestrations with like big brass sections and stuff. But he actually like when he came up with the name Fetus, it was because he didn't want anyone to know that he was only one guy. So I would really like to see how he finagled the industry into thinking this was a band for I think over a year or something before he came out and said, "No, I'm just a nerd in the studio." Um, but yeah, it'd be him or Prince today. Anyway, who knows? Tomorrow I might have a different answer. That's an awesome question, though. Wow.
He said he was just peppering and getting you ready for a future Pennsylvania rock show. So he's getting you ready for some of his questions. Sarah says
Okay.
I got stuck in my head for almost 2 weeks. I think a lot of it had to do with my diagnosis, and Rain in Dreams and Dead Dreams helped me just by talking to me. Because we actually do that as well. We actually go
Good.
out of off the shows as well if there's a fan that needs resources and they can't find them by themselves. Just to make their life easier, we go out of our way and our team actually finds everything we can, no matter on where you're located, and we send all the information to you, or we just talk to you because I think a lot of people are afraid to talk about their issues, and I think that's what helps out the
Yeah.
most. And what's your opinion on it? Like how the world has changed compared to when we were growing up?
Mm.
What do you think are the good parts of it? What are you seeing that is encouraging you to come out and shine your gift even further?
Okay. I like that we're starting on the positive note. I think it's first of all, I want to commend that because I think it's real easy to go get whiny and complain that things ain't like they used to be, you know? And I find that to be kind of a self defeating approach to living, actually. Um, so even though we all love to bitch about it because sometimes it doesn't work when we want it to, technology has advanced to the point in the past 20 years that someone like me actually has a shot in this industry now. You know what I mean? Without needing a label, without needing a manager, without needing any third parties, I can treat this like an online business, and I don't even really have to play live unless I want to. You know, I just need to know how to market, and I'm actually taking classes and learning how to do that right now. So the fact that those resources are at my disposal and the fact is the conduit for us even sitting here having this conversation. You know, it is the reason that me and all the artists that you play are able to do what we do. Um, so I think that's an amazing thing. You know, I think that it's amazing that the world is smaller. It's amazing that bands don't all have to live in the same city anymore. It's amazing that even like full on like romantic relationships don't have to live in the same city anymore. You know, like um, we're connected if we choose to be. We're connected in a really phenomenal way. I mean, if we would use social media for that intention, there's really nothing inherently wrong with it. I think that if there is a negative side to that connection, it is what we have elected to do with that resource, not the resource itself. I think that it is humans that chose to scream at each other in the comment sections of, at the end of the day, rather irrelevant Facebook posts. You know, um, I don't think that that is the fault of Facebook itself. I think that the tools are there to make really amazing things happen. And I still like to believe that even though we may have lost it a little bit, that we can still use them to make amazing things happen.
And you have an amazing reason. The reason why I'm staying on the positive note, because I've noticed most interviews try to worry about the bad side of things, and I think the news, general media, kind of got that on the ball. So that's why BTMX is always about trying to uplift people.
I love that.
And like when I hear amazing talent like you, I'm so thankful that I've actually am going to be a part of your journey just by simply listening to your song. And not only that, if you're an intrusive music enthusiast, you actually listen for the words and try to relate to the story. Or if you have mental illness, you try to use it to build your strength. So for artists like you in this day and age to have the platforms that you have, but still struggle, is just an awe to me, because honestly, if people would put their pride aside and simply just click on you for a moment, I think that they would help out so many different up and coming artists like yourself, and just realize that that simple click of liking somebody is helped more than they can ever know.
Absolutely.
And so for platforms like we have now, look at BTMX. This was just a dream I created by myself. Wanting to be able to help as many people as I possibly could, just like and amazing people like you, and have you have a voice and have you get out there. And we also cover for our up and coming artists media, which you could talk to Dead Dreams about that, because I cover that. Where we push bands beyond belief, where I've actually helped artists redo their whole entire image through their pages and stuff, so they look like they've been doing this for years. So you really couldn't tell the difference.
That's amazing. That's great.
And because that's one of the services we offer up and coming artists, for simple fact is we want you to focus on you. We want you to focus on your music, what's going to happen next, and then keep in contact with your fans, because the fans are really your family. They're the ones going to help you grow or not. So how do you view your fans? Like, what would you do if a fan walked up to you and said, "Your music changed my life for the better. Thank you for saving me"? How would that make you feel?
Well, I'd try not to cry, honestly. Like, damn, wow. I got a request by mess on the Facebook page from a fan, and I think it was West Virginia. It was like, just for an autograph. Just like, would you just send a fan an autograph? It'd be amazing if you could do it. And yeah, that really hit. I was like, wow, yeah, can I take a few cents out of my pocket and a few seconds out of my day to send you an autograph because something I wrote touched you? God, absolutely, I can. I want to do that. In fact, I felt bad because it took me longer than I wanted to. No one's told me anything like that yet, but if they did, it would be nice to know once again that I made the right decision, to come back to this. My music is oftentimes brutally, hideously, uncomfortably honest, but for a reason. That's my hope. I hope it helps people. That's why we do this.
Well, I know your song "Vision" does that for me. Like, that's one of the songs out of all your songs that I've listened to. This is the song I keep coming back to for more. And it relates to a lot of the things I had to go through to get to where I am now. So, thank you for that, because now I have a new song to add to my repertoire for my own personal use, plus the shows. So thank you.
I'm so glad. Yeah, I'm so glad. That song's an interesting one. It's the title track of our last album, Version, and Version is a concept record about really me trying to get back to my authentic self after a lot of really traumatic events, including a toxic relationship, losing Dusty, of course, kind of just 5 to 10 years of just really soul destroying stuff, to the point where I really was, I'll tell you really, if we have time, I'll tell you a very, very real story about mental health. Towards the end of my marriage, within days of me leaving my marriage, I was parked in my car in a library parking lot. This library is in Austin, and it overlooks, we're a very hilly city. It overlooks a kind of like a ravine, pretty deep, I want to say about 100 feet down. And I was very, very, very close in that moment to put my foot on the gas and just driving right off of it. But I paused for a minute and I said, first, I want to leave a note that tells the world how I feel about it. I was in a much different place here, way darker place. So I wrote the song The Desert, which is I think second or third it's 2 tracks before Version on the Version album. It's like, I think it's The Desert, Remembering a Brighter Place, and then Version. So it's like you go back 3 tracks. So I wrote the song The Desert. And the entire plan is I was going to release that song and that was going to be it. No one was ever going to hear from me again. Like it was going to be my suicide note. Obviously, I didn't do that. And there are a lot of really good reasons I didn't. And I'm very thankful I didn't. For the sake of my kids, for the sake of my family and friends and loved ones, I'm really grateful I didn't do that. But I put that song on that record because one of the things that pulled me away from that spot was pulling myself out of my head enough to realize that I am not the only person who has been in that place. And that other people might hear this song and go, hey, that guy's still here. So maybe I can still be here too, So that's an extreme example, but every song I write, I am hoping you get something like that out of. Even if it's social commentary, a lot of my songs are social commentary. I still hope it makes you think, I still hope it gets this going as well as this, I want this working too,
So definitely thank you for your story, because that even adds more strength and more meaning to that song. Definitely that whole album had to be emotional for you to get out there. And to be honest, thankful that you did not step on the gas pedal and make that choice, because you would have took your gift and your voice away from somebody else's life that now your words are making them think their decision over again. So, for every action, there's a reaction. So definitely you not, falling down to your weakness because you're already at rock bottom. You climbed out of that hole. So definitely part of their on-the-ground show.
And I'm in such a great place now. So it does get better, it does. You just got to give it time.
Go ahead and read some more of the comments because I've been ignoring it for a minute. We ask Brandon Osborne is in here. If you don't know who he is, he goes by Ozzy. Definitely another up-and-coming rap artist you might want to collab with. I think you guys would come up with something wicked. So thank you for coming in and showing some love because he was on his way to work. So that Destin thing, thank you for coming. Joseph said, hell yeah, brother. Sage said, be proud. Sarah said her headphones are growing out. She apologizes.
Sorry.
One of the most touching video and song he done, he actually put the link to the video. So if you guys want to click on that link, it'll take you automatically over to the gentleman that you're talking to and his music. Your mom said, OMG, you're breaking my heart. And Sage says, I've had those thoughts and have been there a lot. The support has helped me crawl out. Your mom said, oh my God, you're breaking my heart again. Diana said, she sent hearts. Section 8, that's real talk. That's the realest shit I've ever heard outside of my own mind. So, definitely you just kicked everybody in their jellies.
Well, I don't, you'll find this about me. The more you get to know me, I hold nothing back. I am an open book. I will talk about anything. There's no point in not. Life's too short. I've learned that lesson too many times. I've kept my mouth shut too many times. It's probably why I'm so damn long-winded now, but I've learned not to do that. I will talk about it candidly.
So the next question I have for you, if you ever get to the point in your life where you're making as big as you thought you were, or bigger than what you actually thought, are you ever going to forget where you came from and how you got there? Are you going to change your demeanor for anybody? Or are you going to stick to your own ways and just keep being amazing the way you are?
I'll always stick to my own ways. Here's the thing, and I know this. My band is a very niche band. We are, I mean, yeah, like we're heavy and we're, so we appeal to the metal crowd in that way, but we're not a pure metal band either. I mean, we do jazzy stuff. We do hip hop stuff. We do garage bandy sounding stuff. We do cinematic stuff. We're all over the place. We're weird. We're not for everybody. I completely acknowledge that. And sometimes, like, we'll have songs like, oh, well, I like this song, but I don't know about the rest of your stuff's a little strange. Totally fine. I want to be able to make a living at this, but that's where I stop it. You know what I mean? Like, I just want my bills paid. If I can pay my bills and keep my artistic integrity, I've won. And honestly, it's not unpleasant to be able to just go to the grocery store and be nobody and have nobody know who you are. I didn't get in this for that. Honestly, I'm not completely comfortable with that. But I do like knowing that I'm connecting with people out there and that people are appreciating what I'm saying and what we're playing. And that's nothing I'll ever scoff at or throw away. I mean, I've been doing this band for 25 years. I mean, we started it in high school, and we've gotten better, but we've evolved, but it's always been natural evolution. We've never tried to alter our sound to be more this or more that. If you love it, great. We do it for us. If you love it, fantastic. Thank you. If you don't, the world is not out of bands.
So the next question I have, since you guys are so multi-genre, would you ever think about going on a tour with somebody that's not so set on your genre? Like, for instance, I know right now out that way that LPS Records and She Had Entertainment, they're doing their own little tour around there. Would you ever jump on the tour with somebody from?
Absolutely. Yeah, in fact, some of the most incredible shows I've been to were shows where genre wasn't necessarily a factor. I would love to, because I love all kinds of music. I mean, I honestly, I probably, even though I make metal, that's probably, I mean, per artist in my library, there's probably less metal than anything. I think I just listen to metal more often, maybe. But I mean, I love hip hop, especially like underground, creative, aggressive hip hop. God, I mean, I could probably name 5 hip hop artists right now I'd love to jump on a tour with. I would get on, I mean, I listen to everything. So yeah, whatever. My favorite kind of music is good music. So yeah, absolutely. I'll play for anyone.
So the final question I have for you is, what would you tell an up and coming artist that it started off like a mumble rapper? What can you suggest to them? What can you suggest to up and coming artists about how it is okay to evolve as long as you're going in the right way? And how can you tell that you're going in the right way creatively?
I think you will know when you're going in the right way creatively because you will begin to sound less and less like your influences and more like yourself. And that's not really something you can force. You're going to sound like your influences for a while if you're doing it right. Embrace that because you can build a fan base off that. And then over time, as you refine your craft and your process, you're going to get braver and you're going to try things that are outside of ours. It's like when we first started, it was like pretty much avant-garde industrial with like all keyboards and just barking. You know what I mean? It was real it was almost like a noise band. And then we decided to add guitar, and then I decided I was going to add melodic singing because I'm a trained singer. Like I come from theater and musical theater. I knew how to sing way before I knew how to scream. I taught myself how to scream because I know how to sing. So it's like, I have that gift. Why not? So let's try to sing melodically. But what if we use a saxophone on this track? Did you say saxophone? Fuck yeah, I said a saxophone. Throw a sax. Shut up and put a saxophone on it. Don't be a wimp. Try things. Make yourself stand out. Do not embrace mediocrity. Do not be run of the mill. Don't be weird for the sake of being weird because that's not pure either. But I think you'll find that if you're being 100% honest with yourself, uh, the first few things that are very purely you are going to scare the hell out of you. You're not going to like the way they sound. That means you're on the right track. Now refine that. That's the best advice I can give.
That's amazing advice. So, thank you so much for taking the time out of your life and making the amazing music that you do. I think that your music is going to get you far. I think a lot of people are going to be more encouraged to step out of bounds and be able to have more of a creative thinking, especially listening to your music. I know I'm going to be adding it to our new art show called Dreamscape, where I'm going to be doing artworks of all form. I'm actually going to be playing a couple of your songs on that because I can draw to music as well. So you can see what I come out with from your music. But, definitely you're an inspiration to a lot of people who are now in between, are where you've been. So thank you so much for keeping, your music real, telling us your story and sharing parts of your life that had to be hard. For BTMX,
Absolutely.
everyone here at BTMX, we're truly grateful for people that are amazing like you.
Well, thank you. It's been an honor to be here. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for giving me the mouthpiece. I know I get long-winded, but it's been an honor to be here and to speak. So thank you. I really appreciate it.
So I'm going to go ahead and let you go, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the show. The song we're going to go ahead and go into intermission with is his song, Vision. We're going to go ahead and play that song. And everybody, if you don't know who this is, definitely go check him out. This is MZNZ, the amazing man himself behind all that amazing music that you're going to be adding to your everyday lives. You can find all his music on every major music platform. Go over to First Angel Media and see an amazing review of his last album from Joseph himself, and definitely keep an eye out for this gentleman right here. So thank you so much for your time. Is there anything else that you would love to say to your fans that are watching at home?
Thanks so much for watching this, and if you watch this later after the fact, thank you so much for that too. Your support means the world. We couldn't do it without you, and lots more really cool stuff coming, so stay tuned.
So everybody, we had a great time. We're going to go ahead and move on to the second part of our show and let this man get back to creating more music for us. So we'll see you guys in a few seconds.
Peace, guys.
Now it's time for us to be free. I know none of you will ever understand this. I know you won't recognize me anymore. I know your eyes are really open. I know blood is spilling onto my floor. I know your love is something. Always to die with me. I know that you can't see the forest. than what we were. Dying alone is better than what we were. Dying alone is better than what we were. Dying alone is better than what we were.
So everybody, that was an amazing interview that we just got done having with Mr. MZNZ. Definitely an amazing man. Definitely go check out his music. And the song that you just heard through the whole entire intermission was his song Vision. So definitely go check it out. It's on all major music platforms. And definitely want to add it to your life if you enjoyed it. So how did you enjoy it? You know, that was your first time hearing that song. You got to hear behind the scenes, you know.
Yeah, I actually fucking like it. And the story behind the song, like, that story right there, it hits home for me on several occasions in my life. Because I'm going to be real with him and everybody. I've been at that spot that he's been, but it wasn't behind the wheel of a car. It was either standing on a bridge or playing with a pistol. And it was something that I had to look at myself and say, who would actually miss me? Who would be there for me, you know, if I was gone? And then I realized everything that I would have been missing, and I just stepped away, or one of my close friends would call me right when I was about to do it, and like, it's like, okay, somebody does care about me.
So, if you guys don't know who he is Mr. Sean Kudo 753. He brings all your fantasy weapons to life as fully functional. Not one of those things that you buy at the flea market, hit the tree, that you just paid $250 for and it broke. He actually makes killing implements. But we suggest you don't commit murder. It's frowned on in all 50 states. I'm sorry.
Yes, and in most countries.
But you know, his story, you know, and artists like that, from up and coming artists, their music getting out there and their voices being heard, is just an amazing job that we have here at BTMX to be able to do. So while we're still trying to get ready and talk about what we're going to be talking about with you guys and get into the even more of a move for the underground, we got MZ. Thank you so much for that reaction. Sorry. Yeah. So you're talking to the artist himself. He's right there in the comments. Definitely, there's so many links already to him, guys. But we're also going to, show this list of links attached to his promo back on the BTMX page right after the show. So you're not going to want to miss any more of this show. We showed you an amazing interview with an amazing man who has amazing talent and his amazing music. Now it's to show you even more amazing people from around this world that is just like him and just trying to be heard. So 90% of this music I'm going to play for you, I have the rights by the artist themselves to go ahead and bring it to everyone's attention, have it added to your life, having a fun and amazing time with it. And not only that, MC, I really appreciate all you tuning in. Thanks so much. Yeah, thank you guys so much for coming to be part of that show. He's definitely worth every second of your time. So definitely keep that name in the back of your head every time you guys need music. And what's the name?
NZNZ.
NZNZ.
Yeah. But I will be looking that name up on Spotify. Hopefully you have a Spotify.
Oh, he does.
Now.
He's on all music. He's on all music platforms.
Then I'll be looking that name up tonight, adding it to my Spotify metal list.
So we're going to go ahead and move on with some more amazing talent that we have ready for you guys. Let's keep this show cranked up in the way we're going. This is the song Depresso. Dead Presso. With from the band Until the Truth Comes. Man, to me, I'm going to go ahead and give this song a 10. Let me know what you guys think in the comment about the music I'm even playing for you guys. And if you have any more questions, go ahead and ask MZNZ. You can go ahead and do it yourself. He's still with us inside the show, talking to all you guys over here in the comments. He's trying to get caught up what he missed because he was spending most of his time with us, so thank him so much. But once again, this is Dead Presso with their song Until the Truth Comes.
When I wake from nightmare,
once again, guys, that was Dead Presso with their song Until the Truth Comes. And just to give you guys a little hint, we did an interview with NZ earlier today. He's still watching in the comments. Still, he loves what we do. So if you're an up-and-coming artist, just like all these other artists that you're hearing, they actually came to us and that, we've talked. We added their music to their shows. We've got a bunch of your guys' feedback, man. We want to know what you got from the song. So to me, that was a 10. I love the jam. And we're trying to pick all music that kind of relates to what MZ is doing. So you're going to kind of get a feel, because since we already played the top man of the hour, we're going to keep this going, right? We're going to keep doing amazing things with this, keep the music vibing. So for your first time hearing Dead Presso with their song Until the Truth Comes, how did you feel about it?
I actually like it mostly because the beat, it's on point. The message, it does come out. And I could understand the full out thing. And you can, when it comes right down to it, truth is something that you gotta have, okay? It's like I say on my Facebook, like I say with my friends and close family. Do not be sorry for any of your beliefs, or do not be sorry for anything you have. Let the truth be known. Embrace your difference. Embrace who you are as a person. Because if the world was all the same, we'd be living in a fucked up world. I'm sorry. It's the differences that actually make us great. Okay.
So we got some comment, MZ said for them, ooh, that is spicy. You got Section 8 with Hells. Yeah, definitely, if you don't know who Section 8 is, definitely go check him out. Another up-and-coming artist trying to find his way. We wish him the best of luck. Eventually, he's going to be working with BTMX a lot more, hopefully in the future. We got MZ again with Dasnis Gonzalez playing some awesome stuff right up your alley. Definitely want to be checking them out. If you know MZ, if you want to go ahead and send more artists that you think that would be more on page like you are with what we're doing, send them our way. We'll put them on one of our shows that fit them the best, and we'll give them their time. We got Section 8 blowing it up. Like, yes, dope as fuck. Fuck yeah. 10 out of 10. Badass. Real talk. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to keep the momentum going, right, guys? So the next band I have for you guys is called Artrero Para. This is their song Creation. And let's see if you guys like it as much as I did. I gave this song an 8, and you guys are going to see why. So once again, that was Artrero Para with their song Creation. See why I gave it an 8? I love the guitar, man. The guitar like sucks me in.
Oh yeah.
It makes me want to spank your ass and call yourself daddy, don't it?
Smack my ass, call me Sally, not Daddy.
But anyways, we got Section 8 with over here. That's badass. So definitely give me your number rating in the comments. We'd love to hear you guys' feedback. We even got MZ still watching with us, and that amazing artist that we did that interview with just moments ago. I'm really loving this track. Great ass. Whoops.
Atmosphere. That's atmosphere.
See, I still
Not
have my
atmosphere.
atmospheric man ass. Sorry, I'm human being. I have flaws.
Where's the acid at then?
I think I got Section 8 with Brutal, and yes, and yes, sir. It's a 10 out of 10 for Section 8. Let me know you guys combat, let me know the number you guys actually choose. Also, I got some great, amazing news for you guys. You want to win money? Here's the way. Just wait for you guys to win money who's watching. So, there's going to be a contest coming up, and it's a $2 submission, and I want you guys to dress up like your inner demon. The best person, we're going to choose 10 photos out of all the submissions, and this is going to be going from this point out. It's called Finding the True Beast. Anybody can put the submission in, dress up to your favorite character or your inner demon, and submit your pictures. $2 fee to get in. Whoever wins gets the jackpot. So all the money making off their submissions goes to the top 3 winners, and it'll be a split between them. And they get a little bit of a trophy and some free stuff from us here at BTMX.
And
Now,
another thing, real quick though. I just started the actual final works on my actual Beast of the Night. And I'm going to be talking about it after the show with DJ Draxus and BTMX crew, and that later on this Sunday at the meeting. But yes, I am coming to the meeting this Sunday. But I have an email I still can see you. But I have a new email just specifically for the Beast of the Night. Just because that was my old profession does not mean it's my still profession.
just fucking around with him.
Yeah.
We're definitely, he has something in store for you guys coming out.
Oh, yeah.
So definitely keep in mind. We also got new shows coming out, guys. We got Dreamscape's going to be hitting the scene. That's going to be every Wednesday. It's going to be like an earlier during the day show. Definitely for anybody who wants to come, we'll be rocking out the different mixed genre type show based on the mood. You'll see me over here doing tattoo work, piercings, art, or drawing, sketching, doing clay work, clay animation. I'll be doing a whole bunch of different artwork. Plus, we have different artists from around the world that we're actually going to bring in on for you, just so you can see their concept of artwork. Plus, get to hear amazing music while doing it and enjoying this and having a great time. So if you want to make art submissions now, go ahead and do that as well here at BTMX, because the simple fact the thing is, if you want your artwork seen, we got to see it, right? And we're not just focused on just music, guys. We want to help everyone we possibly can here at BTMX, no matter what fucking show it is. If it's the Underground with me and him, or it's Unleashing the Best with DJ Shadow. It doesn't matter. We're all about helping as many people as we can. We have so many hands going in different projects about to be coming out. And it's all because you guys are fucking amazing, guys. Also, if you guys are sending us stars, thank you guys so much. But what's going to happen with that is we're going to accumulate the money throughout the week off the stars that we make. And then we're actually going to cut one fan from each show that, helped out a lot. And we see him interacting a lot. We're going to choose one fan from each show, and then we're going to split the money from the stars that we made, and they get the money back, so we're going to try to give back to the fans. So for you guys going ahead and putting your money towards us, we're actually going to give it back. So there's ways to win like that. The Will of Fate is coming back.
Oh, yay.
Next week. We're so fucked.
Well, I'll bring the KY jelly and the petroleum jelly.
Hey, last time I already caught myself on fire.
Hey, that was an average Tuesday night back in the old days, though.
So let's go ahead and keep this music vibe going. We're going to go ahead with the next up-and-coming band for you called Gross of Sweden. Definitely an amazing band from my point of view. I give these guys an 8. Let me know what you think about their music in the comments. And this is their song, Devil of Mine. So I guess like we just found Slipknot and 3D Grace's Baby, man.
Yeah, seriously.
Like, and this is infectious as hell. Definitely makes you want to keep going back to it. And if you don't know who I'm talking about, that is the band called Corrosive Sweden with their song Devil of Mine. It's only sitting at 64 likes. Are you fucking shitting me? That is an amazing song. That guitar,
come on.
That guitar riff was sick as fuck.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like...
everybody knows who actually watches the Underground show. They know they don't really see me vibing really too much on like the heavy metal, but dude, that shit's going on my playlist.
And we got Section 8 where it said, digging the feel of this one. He says, I love that guitar solo. We got Rain from fucking Soul Snatchers over here enjoying it as well. Has a classic rock vibe to it. It did too. And he said 8 out of 10. And Section 8 said 8. So, you know, that's I gave it an 8 as well, I think. But it's still an amazing song, right? Definitely want to get that song you can find on every music platform out there. We're hoping to bring them into the show. Is that somebody that is Caruso Sweden, somebody that you guys would want to see in the show? So if we're playing one of these artists and we say their name and you get so interested that you think that you want to see them, you want to hear from them, how did they create the music or the meaning behind these songs? Leave it in the comments. We will definitely do our way to go out of our way to make sure we bring these artists to you. And that helps us bring more brilliant and amazing content to you. So if you guys don't remember what the Wills of Fate are, they are fate to us. This time, only this time, all punishments will be active. Yes, somebody will be caught on fire. That's happened once. Another person got so drunk that he couldn't remember his name. Fireworks, that happened. That's why there was a fire issue. My wife can only stomp me so hard; she's small. So it's like I'm the elephant and she's a little mouse trying to put out the elephant fire. It wasn't all that great. Let's just say, stop crushing ain't my thing. But when your balls are on fire, you have no other option. Because dragging like a puppy doesn't work. I mean, you just leave the grass. Now the grass is too dry because you just cut it. Now it's on fire behind you. I mean, like, my nuts look probably like they were fucking, like, street racing. So my wife's like, I'm going to be stupid. Got it. So she did the Irish in her kicked in, and she did the shimmy all over my shit. Now we're
It's
good.
not called a shimmy, it's called the jig.
What the fuck ever? Homo, Frodo, I don't know.
I am not fucking Frodo Baggins, bitch.
Yeah, you're teabagging. So definitely an amazing music. We're gonna go ahead and move on with the next amazing band for you guys to listen to. I give this song, this whole band a 7, especially this song. But this is Damn Your Eyes with their song "Heavy Is the Head."
Alright.
So, what did you think about that?
I actually like it, dude. That's a raw ass fucking riff in that.
Like I said, I give it a 7.
I would give it like a 7.5 just because like it had that really rough, hard beat to it and shit. Like when it comes to metal with me, it's gotta have like a meaningful beat to it though. And that was like really on point for me though. But I would give it a 7.5.
That's kind of fair.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys think? Leave your numbers in the comments. Let me know what you thought, what you didn't like about this song. Once again, that was "Damn Your Eyes" with "Heavy to the Head." So that was the name of the song. So I gave it a 7. He gives it a 7.5. What do you guys think? So if you guys are watching in your group, I can't see what you guys are saying. We do apologize. Maybe Facebook will evolve to that eventually. But right now, if you guys want to be heard, definitely come over to BTMX or our official Facebook page. You can watch us right now at YouTube. One of my team members, either Sage or Rain, will go ahead and drop the YouTube link for this feed right there into the comments at some point, so you'll have it right there. Also, they'll drop the link to our Twitch, so if you want to watch it on there, you can have it there. And after the show, you'll automatically see the YouTube video spread across as far as we possibly can get our fingers spread it. So definitely you'll see it there. Do not forget, right after this show, that Shadow Squad is going to go live. Surprise to my loss, the man just had neck surgery and had his veins blown out by a nurse. So,
damn, I've had that happen.
So the Berserker's now the fucking Superman. He's going Super Saiyan on us, saying he's going to do shit. We got Section 8 with Music Was Fired. So let's go ahead and keep this amazing mood going. This is the band Dying Desolation. I give this as a 10. So this is their song Tick. You'll see what I give it a 10. Maybe you might have a different point of view. But once again, this is Dying Desolation with their song Tick.
In the shadows, away from the daylight, hands close to the arrows, 1 minute from midnight. We poison the waters, sever the river flow, ask the sons and our daughters, now where do we go? Run, get away from the sun. Run. The time has come to unite. We're in the fight of our lives. Now will you open your eyes or let us go? So stand beside one another. If we work with each other, we could cut our lives to see blue skies. Down the things we love, corrupt and burning. The people need their art, but tides are turning. Were you there for the end, when the skies came crashing down? Did you hold out your hand, when you started to drown? Get away from the sun. Run. The sun. The time has come to unite.
So once again, that was the up-and-coming band Died Desolation with their song Tick. What was your thoughts on it?
It reminded me more like Breaking Benjamin, kind of like some of Korn's softer fucking metal and shit. But it was actually fucking on point, bro. Seriously. Like, I really like it. They're definitely going in my playlist tonight. That's like the third artist now that's been gonna be going in my playlist.
So I know this next one automatically is this song gets a 10 out of 10.
Oh, he's already on my playlist.
Yeah, this is 10. This is 10 out of 10. This is the reason why it is not only because the artists, not only because they're fantastic human beings. This is Matt Clock bringing together his amazing talent he has and crashing it with Patrick from Seath. And they brought their minds together to bring you this amazing song that I thought should be part of the underground. So this song automatically gets a 10 out of 10. And if you don't know what song I'm talking about, you guys haven't been playing attention to Brutal Business Entertainment, First Angel Media, or over here at BTMX, or any of our sister pages, because we share his music as soon as we have it in our grasp. Definitely worth every minute of this. So imagine what MZNZ is going to sound like with Seath. So this is Mad Clock featuring Seath with their song Shadowville. Now this song, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm so grateful they made it. It's highly addictive. So if you have problems with addiction, this is not the song for you, because you're going to want to keep fucking playing it. So you get every detail of it. This song is so tasteful, so artistically creative. So I'm proud to have it on our show once again. This, if you don't know who I'm talking about, the artist I'm playing for you, this is Mad Clock featuring Seath with their song Shadowville.
Welcome to Shadowville. Oh my god, here we go again. The feeling is bad, forgive me the sin. Welcome to hell, so come on in, now light up a second, let's begin. Maybe there's too many syllables in the words that I'm using for this. Maybe I don't even give a shit if you really can't even keep up with it. Blessed with the heart of a demon, I'm dreaming and feeding. And maybe one day I can even get a piece of that flesh that I've been eating. Everything is going dark, I feel a stitch and tear apart. Wonder when will I start separating from the stars. Shadows are mocking me, requesting the blasphemy, embracing the agony, blasting, attacking me. Wondering why I designed this disaster piece. Tragedy blackening, but it cannot be happening. The blood will be dripping and then I'll be sipping. I mention the name without being specific. I do what I want, I don't even mention. I wanted to warn you, but you wouldn't listen. Now all of your sins that cannot be forgiven. It's fucking repenting, it don't make a difference. I take it, but shut off from permanent residence. Getting away with it, I am the savior, you better believe it. So look at your grave, cause you would be digging it. Under the ground, you'll be the resident, heaven above. Only the heretic buried alive, rotting in decadence, coming to die, living is evidence. I will smoke and watch you choke, tangle every word by a rope. Hesitate, evaporate, dedicate and contemplate. Come this way, the darkness awaits. Lose yourself, it won't be a waste. Come watch your sins be erased. Meditate and concentrate. Look at the masterpiece, I made it from tragedies. The taste of the Nazarene, blackened and maddening. Wondering why I destroyed all the memories. The shadows are making it hard to believe. Discovering pain, nothing is new to me, everything else irrelevant. Trickery all in my mind, I'm hearing the beckoning secret advice. Murder me carefully, wouldn't want the reaper to come and visit and play the hand you made. All that effort gone to waste, watch her being dissipate. Consuming all you know, pull it back and watch
watch it go. Light it up and blow the smoke. Ammo made of chemicals, vaporizing every note. Disappearing down below, putting out the only glow, yeah. Sending terror through your mind, leave your conscience paralyzed. Wondering what I will find if I become immortalized. Reliving every single crime, getting away every single time. Blessing the murder for taking a knife. I am the outcast, my power is unmatched. And if you wanna play, you'll disappear in the bypass. I can't even give less of a fuck. You wanna try your luck, then step on up.
The Shadows Reveal. Only sitting at 20 likes. Come on, guys. That song is so tasteful. It's like fucking chewing on the greatest piece of gum in the world that you never have to throw away or spit out. So definitely keep the, you want to go and listen to this fucking repetitively. So we're going to read some of the comments and then we're going to talk more about the song. We got MZNZ still in here. This song is so good it pisses me off. Section 8 with Fuck Yeah, Mad Clock. We got MZNZ, fuck you, Nate and Pat. I love you both, but fuck you also. Showing us all up and shit. Joseph with Watch Mad Clock and Bella Rotten. Yeah, if you don't know, they are a duo now. Especially because she has brought his CD and his new album to life with her beautiful acting, modeling, and jamming out with him. She's doing an amazing job. Right now, I like the most merch I ever wanted for somebody is one of her stickers. It looks slick as fuck. And they also got a thing that you can hang in your car or hang in your house. Man, I would die to have one of those. Also, if you guys think that music's beautiful through this, try to go see a live show tomorrow over at the Outpost in Kent, Ohio. That's where you're going to see Mad Clock and Bella herself, the beautiful Bella Rotten, alongside him, doing what they do best, bringing amazing entertainment, amazing content. Every single time they either hit a stage or a video shoot or photo shoot. Definitely an amazing duo. If you need information about the link, we already had Joseph from First Angel Media already over here, who's also an amazing model that goes by Raven. Raven's already dropped the links to the event right there if you need any information possible. So, a lot of amazing people that we have met through doing this. But I hate to say, Mad Clock, like that, out of all the music I've heard of his, that's the new, like, kick you in the fucking teeth.
Yeah.
Better listen to me right now. I'm done playing. Now I'm going to speed shit up. Because, it knocked me off my socks when I started to hear how fast he can actually go. Like, and he didn't mumble, once. Like, he didn't, Gucci. No, that motherfucker killed it.
Yeah, see, I'm more of the horrorcore rap scene kind of person. I grew up listening to ICP, Twisted, fucking who else? I listened to Mad Dog, people like that, or Mad Child. I listened to primarily like Bone Thugs and Harmony, people like that. And for the people who actually don't know me and who are actually just coming in and that, and who don't actually know my backstory and shit, I am originally from the hood and everything, and when you're in the hood, you actually listen to rap primarily, and you've got different areas that you listen to: rock and roll, metal, different friends and family that listen to everything. So that's where my actual genre is, and hearing two groups to blend like metal and rap together, that's right on point.
Mad Child, nah, dude. I Mad Child doesn't even compare to Mad Clock.
No,
Mad Clock is godly. Mad Child sucks ass.
Yeah, but
that's just my opinion.
Yeah,
sorry.
But growing up, I was listening to Mad Child. I was listening to the ICP. I'm a juggalo to the day I die. I'm sorry. And I still listen to ICP's newer music and that.
So also talking about these two, Bella Rotten is an distinguished entertainer all on her own. We've done interviews with her. If you want to look at those, you can go back on our YouTube channel and check out past videos. She's an amazing, phenomenal talent. Now, for her, when she added herself to Mad Clock's thing as his demon, Jesus fucking Christ, that brought Diablo. That brought Dante's Inferno and fucking Devil May Cry.
Inferno. That's next
that
level.
They brought both those games to life. Like,
and
especially to be able to give the acting and the scenes and the music. It's just amazing how her craft is. And she has her own merch. So if you guys want to go get some Bella Rotten merch, you definitely fucking want to. Because I hate to say, if I had all the stuff that I would want from them, I would be spinning around and wearing that shit. So would my wife.
Yeah.
He would too. She's an
yeah.
amazing talent. But Mad Clock, on the other hand, he has amazing merch as well. It's made by his lovely wife. Definitely go check that out. Every time you guys think that you're just buying merch to put money in their pockets, no, you're making money to help them further bringing out amazing music like this. Think about if you went out and bought MZNZ's shirt and you think he's just pocketing money. No, that's giving you guys more content. It's not them just keeping it.
Yeah, see, me as a business owner, me being a business owner, I understand that aspect. Because when you're a business owner and you doing music, or like I do, weapon making, armor making, and cosplay and stuff like that, it's literally when we're starting up and we're just coming out as independents and we ain't signed with nobody really and we're just breaking out the threshold, it's like every dollar you give us, we actually take it and we put it back into our art. We put it back into our company and our music and our actual thing, so we can actually bring you more stuff, better looking stuff, even like better sounding music. And that's why helping out these independent artists and that, like NZNZ, you got Bella Rotten, Mad Child, even with that, when you buy their merchandise and their stuff, you're actually helping them out and actually pushing them further into their careers, and you're also helping yourself out because you get an even bigger chance on listening to their music and actually getting to see them and be able to have like events and concerts and that.
So don't forget, tomorrow at the Outpost out in Kent, Ohio, they're going to be there. So if you want to meet, go there and see an amazing show. Definitely you're not going to want to miss that. And the Outpost has been doing such an amazing job since they've been reopening. Definitely go check out all their events over there on their Facebook page and etc. So guess what, guys? We're at the end of the show. We're going to go ahead and play one song for you guys to go head out to. Want to thank everybody who showed up tonight, and do not forget to go over to our YouTube page, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you don't miss any of the shows. Don't forget, directly after this, in a half an hour or so, you'll go ahead and see Mr. Berserker, our Superman, going ahead and playing on Shadow Squad page, and then he'll also be live on Twitch and YouTube. Do not forget tomorrow that our show, Blast from the Past, is going to have no other than Rayman the Berserker, but due to his surgery, I don't know if he can talk all that well, so we'll see. So that show might be postponed to next week, and I'll just pick up with him.
I'm just wondering when my next Blast from the Past
and we might just make him do it tomorrow.
Hey.
We're going to make him do it tomorrow. He spoke up.
Hey, I'll do
so
it.
So you got Sean Kudo's Blast from the Past
set
tomorrow.
Up and ready.
He doesn't have a studio.
Actually, I do. I just use my phone.
It's an itty-bitty studio. Anyways,
I'm not BTMX totally just yet.
So, thank you guys for coming. Do not forget to share, like, subscribe. Go ahead and be a part of us. If you're an up-and-coming artist, write us, and we'll tell you how to make your music part of our radio station and even more services that we offer. So, thank you guys so much. Don't forget, if you're watching on Twitch, you can go ahead and see our merch at the bottom. If you're not, and you're watching on the other two, do me a favor. Go ahead and click on that Streamlabs link that's on our Facebook page. You'll go ahead and take you straight over to where our merch is. We have merch for every single show, and there's even more merch being made now in the process. And our store would be up before the end of next week on Facebook, so you'll be able to get some Silhouette Death merch, and etc. So keep that in mind. Thank you guys so much for your time. And once again, the last artist we're going to go ahead and leave you out with is Orbit Culture with their song Shadowing. My number for this is a 7. Go ahead and still leave me your number in the comments, and you know that we love you guys.